What's up, y'all? It's Jay, and doing another little quick shipping video here for you. For eBay, Amazon, reselling, any kind of thing like that. How to ship small toys or other small collectibles, small lightweight collectibles, well, even small heavy collectibles. I've shipped that one piece of it was steel from the World Trade Center that was melted down and made into an emblem. And I shipped in one of these little boxes cut down, and the box pretty much perfectly fitted. And that was the best way to ship, weight and size wise. But I send more toys than anything this way, because action figures, Hot Wheels, little Hero Click, miniature collectibles, things like that. eBay makes you may have to make your own makeshift box and cut it down and all that. This video is not about that. If you're actually using eBay branded materials, they have this box here. They call it a 6x4x4. Of course, it's a little bit more than that when you actually package it up. And they do have a smaller box, but it's the fold style box. It doesn't come together like this. You actually have to fold it all together. And that one's not as easy to modify and to cut if you were to do something really small, say like this. So I don't suggest that one. Unless you know you're only selling one product that's that exact size. That'd be the only reason I'd use that box. But for all my purposes, the 6x4x4, and I just cut it down. And I sell tons of these, hundreds of these Hero Clicks, and this is like the perfect way to ship it. They ship for about 3 or 4 ounce rate, first class, so really cheap. But yeah, really simple. You know how to probably tape up the box. And that's not the hard part. But when it comes to making the box the right size, you're going to have to learn how to resize your boxes for these extra small items. Now, you could just take a box cutter and maybe you take a little pen or marker or something and mark how deep you need the box and go through there and just kind of lightly scratch it to maybe like kind of score the box. That way when you cut the corners down, it'll fold kind of easily. But they actually make carton resizers, and of course it's the screw here, and it's adjustable, and you can make it as deep as you need it for that particular box. Of course, with a box this short, you're going to want it down to its lowest setting. And then simply what you do is you ride it along the edge of the box, and you just press it against the side of the box and right all the way across. You can hear it cutting. This particular one I got, sometimes the screw will come undone. It'll loosen up quite a bit through one roll, so you got to keep an eye out for that. But just run it along each side. You have to press into it a little bit. Otherwise it won't go deep enough. It'll just barely be scratching the surface. You actually want to press through to the outside where you can kind of see right there, right next to the tape where it scored the box. You can kind of see it there. Not really great. You see those little dots right there? That's where it was scoring the box. So what you do after you score every side, you just take your knife and you start cutting outward from wherever you started scoring it to the top of the box. Do that for each corner. Make sure you got your hands in the right place. Don't stab yourself. And that's it. Now you can see all the corners are cut. So you basically made you shortened the box up tremendously, and you made your flaps a lot longer than they need to be. But there's your really shallow box, so it allows you to ship something small like this tiny figure plus the card that goes with it, or something a similar size, an action figure or any other kind of small toy. But yeah, the flaps are going to be too big at this point, and then just cut the flaps down to whatever you need. Adjust this camera quite catching just right. But yeah, cut all your flaps down how you need. I noticed with these boxes, if I cut it right on the normal fold there, that sometimes the flap's a little too short, so I'll cut it a little bit past that just to make sure I have enough flap. Now, even with the box cut down this small, there's going to be a lot of space that needs to be taken up in the box. As you can see, this tiny box with this tiny figure, it's only taking a very small portion of that box. So what you're going to do is, I say get some kind of paper. You can use just trash paper you've made, like if you print your packing slips here, and I cut them in half and save the paper and crumble them later and use them for packing. But also, I do have rolls of brown paper there, and then I save paper from other packages and things that come in. Like here's also some paper. This stuff's a little lighter than the stuff I just showed you. But you're only going to want to strip about the width of the box that you're going to use it on. So I just cut one strip about the size of the box I'm working on. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're going to crumble it up in a ball. And you don't have to crumble it up in a super tight ball. What you want to do is you want to crumble it to where it's in a ball, but it's kind of lightly tucked together. And what that's going to do is that's going to, once you cram this down to the box and seal it up, it's going to like expand to the right size and keep stuff from moving around within inside the box. So for something small like this, it works perfect. Take your paper, just lay it down in there. Press down the center there, that way you can comfortably lay whatever you need to lay. Flat card. Add your toy or whatever. And then, like I said, just kind of crumble it back up. Don't squish it down, flatten it down as flat as it get, because this extra bounciness, that's going to, like I said, it's going to press the sides when the box sealed up, and it's going to keep anything from moving around. So that's how you want it. Alright. One thing I forget in packing slip. And always cut those down and recycle the paper for crumbling up and packing, or just other random stuff you need paper for like that. Make sure I got the right figure here. Namarina 46, Marvel comic book character you may or may not know. That's the right card. This figure keeps coming off its stand. Of course, that's to be expected with some of those. So you crumple your paper back up. Get your packing slip. Of course, with a package like this, you probably would want to cut your packing slip down anyway, just because of the size of the package. You can see it kind of like folded down like that, kind of perfectly fits the package. And then fold the box in like normal. Just like that, and then tape it up. And typically with this kind of package, this is the only two strips of tape you'll need. The one on the bottom, the one on top. This package is really not going to need a bunch of extra taping. That simple. Tape the bottom, score the edge of the box, cut the corners down to make your new flaps, cut off the excess flap, tape down on your course, like I said, and add the wadded paper to take up the extra space. Put your packing slip there, you're going to put it in, tape over the top the same way you did the bottom, and then you affix your shipping label. And little package like this with a toy in it typically weighs 5 ounces or less, and current postal prices, once you reach 5 ounces it goes over to the next rate, but normally a package like this will ship less than that, so very, very light package. And like I said, works perfectly for any kind of, works perfectly for anything smaller than the box size, obviously, but especially if you're selling like small toys or little trinkets or things like that, small collectibles. I've sold hundreds of packages like this, so Best way I found to use it, using eBay products. You know what I mean? Like I said, they make a smaller box. I don't suggest it because you can't modify it like this, really. It comes with it's a completely broken down box, and you have to fold it up yourself and form the box. So. But yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and watching another short shipping video. If this helped you out, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll see more of this stuff when I put it out. I appreciate y'all. Take it easy.